Because we have understood something about our process, right? So earlier when we started the analyze phase, there were no lack of information about what actually causes the problem. Now we are clear. There are certain factors which are pulling down our results. So now with some knowledge, we wanted to gain more knowledge. With some knowledge, we wanted to gain more knowledge. Hope already you have learned the regression also. How will you create a regression model? Only by having some data about x and y. And finally, you get an equation, y equal to f of x. In your equation, there will be only one y, but there will be so many x. You need to make sure each and every x is the real factor contributing to your y, isn't it? If you bring irrelevant factors inside, then your regression model will be weak and then it will lag in terms of the fit. So you have to make sure your all the X factor you bring inside your mathematical model are relevant factor. And that is why you look at R square. Hope it was taught to you, right? R square. R square helps you to understand the contribution of a factor, for the changes observed in the results. If the R square value is 80%, it simply means the factor you considered are responsible for the 80% of the changes you have observed in your result, right? And also there are, I think the other two R square would also have been discussed, right? One is the adjusted R square, another one is predicted R square. Any regression model will come with these things. The adjusted R square tells you, the purity of the factors or purity of the equation. If you keep more X factor, R square will improve. But if you ensure all the X factors are the real factor, adjusted R square will improve. So we need to really look at the adjusted R square, not settle with the R square alone. That's important. So that's second level of maturity. And then the third level of maturity is having solved the problem, having created a mathematical model. Will it help me to predict the future? What is going to happen next month when I continue running the process with all my new understanding? Yes, for that you need to look at your predicted R square. If all the three R square or the adjusted R square and the predicted R square are more than 80%, generally the industry requirement is 80%, but you can always aim close to 100%, right? So the more closer you are to 100%, the better will be your prediction, better will be the solution. So that's how the regression model, creating a regression model helps you. Whether I should go for a linear model or I should go for a curvilinear model, whether my mathematical model should be of first degree or mathematical model should be of second degree, or what it is, or is it should be a third degree. How do I know? So far, I have understood something. With that, I have come to a mathematical model. But now I wanted to perfect my understanding. I wanted to come out with a perfect mathematical model of my problem so that all the R square, particularly my predicted R square, will also go closer to 100%. Whenever you have such requirement, then the weapon in your hand is design of experiment. From no knowledge, you have come to certain level. Now you have some knowledge, but from some knowledge to a great knowledge will happen through design of experiments. All right. So we will understand the basics and also see a case study, and then you can use it in your problem. So right now we are in the improve phase. We are thinking of optimizing our solution. This is actually step number 11. How can I optimize the solution? All that I understood so far, the theoretical way I have understood, but now I wanted to understand the things in a real-time manner, right? And for that, that means I wanted to do some experimentation and wanted to see what happens to my Y. So this is called, the design of experiments. In case if design of experiments is going to be a costlier thing for your company or maybe costlier thing for your research, then probably you can think of simulation also. Simulation is like you have some software like computational fluid dynamics and what happens inside your internal combustion engine, what happens inside your boiler, what happens inside your heat treatment chamber. You can always use some softwares, and then you can simulate the conditions virtually, and then you can try to understand what can happen, right? But DOE is what we are going to discuss, right? So now why DOE? There are traditionally we all followed an approach called OFAT. What is OFAT? One factor at a time. We study one factor at a time and then try to understand the process and the result. This is called OFAT approach. Like for example, I want to understand how the cutting tool angle will impact the surface finish. So I keep changing my cutting tool angle and then settle at an optimum angle, optimum tool angle. But is it really sufficient for you to achieve the best surface finish? But your competitors are doing, playing better than you. But you have studied, you also studied the cutting tool angle and you achieved a certain level of finish, but your competitors are really doing better than you. The difference is you have done your research with the OFAT approach and they have done their approach with the designed experiment. So designed experiment, a properly designed experiment, if conducted and then analyzed correctly, interpreted correctly, can take you close to the expected targeted result. You can go closer to the target. The best surface finish that can be achieved, right? And so that's the difference. So how it happens, instead of studying the factors one at a time, we study the factors simultaneously. Just to consider how your market will be. If you make everybody undergo the transformation, if you make everybody who joined the program undergo the transformation, your business will flourish, will grow like anything. But instead, if you give importance one-on-one coaching, it is going to take a longer time, and then your resources requirement will be very heavy, and practically it won't be possible. We can say I will give individual attention. Is it possible to give individual attention? If I give individual attention, I may miss many others. So always you must focus on studying the factors simultaneously. The advantage is you can understand all the effects each factor can make on your result, and you will also identify certain new factors which are not at all known to you so far with this OFAT approach. So far you thought that there are only 5 factors, and now a 6th factor you will be able to understand. A 7th factor you will be able to understand. Those are called the interaction factors. Those are the effect of those new factors are called the interaction effect, right? So what is interaction? What is main effect? So every factor can have an effect on your Y. That is what we call it main effect. Similarly, there could be an interaction effect also. So we'll discuss, and that is the advantage of going for the designed experiment. And what is the objective? We wanted to, you can use the DOE even to understand whether a factor is influential or not. This you already did it like in a screening level. This is what we call it hypothesis testing. My interest is only to understand whether the factor is influential or not. If influential, I will move on with the optimization, right? So your hypothesis testing is a smaller, a miniature version of the DOE. You did some experimentation and then you understood. And you can also use DOE to determine where to set the influential X. My result, my casting strength depends on the pouring temperature, depends on the pouring velocity, depends on the gate opening size. There are so many things. And what could be the ideal value for each and every factor? I can determine that. When that is, I am optimizing all my X. Why should I optimize all my x? I want to take my y close to the nominal. What is nominal? That is my target. I expect a compressive strength of this much. And that will start happening when you optimize all the factor. So your y will go closer to the nominal, closer to the target, and then it will stay there. It won't come back. You can also do a DOE to understand the variability in your y is small. If the variability in your y is small, what does it mean? You have made your design a robust one. Even if something goes wrong, some noise factor comes and play, then also your Y is not getting affected. I have made my mobile phone waterproof. Now I can even put it under water. I can throw it into water because now it is waterproof. It is still perform in the same manner. I have designed my system in such a way that even if some noise factor comes and plays, the result is same. The operators are, I use different operator. Still my result is same. So even some, changes happens with respect to the factors which are not under my control. The environmental conditions are not supporting. Still my results are same. So this is called a robust design. You can use DOE to achieve the robustness also, right?